Good morning here, and welcome to Trading Within the Box on June 20th here. Happy graduation to everybody here today at 10:16 a.m. Thank you for watching and coming to the webinar here. First of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell any stocks, forex, futures, any options. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional. They will help you there execute your trades. Okay, so let's go over it. We're going to go over the S&P 500 right now. And on the daily chart here, we got past the 540.44, okay? So we were lurking on our last video. We were lurking around this area. We wanted to see if we're going to pull back, but no, we held. And then what happened here, okay? We held this spot right in this area here, and then boom, we got the buy signal, okay, and then now we're inching towards the 550.14, okay. Right now it's 548.73, okay. So that's what we're waiting for here on the S&P 500. Let's go over the XLF because we have a lot of stocks to go through. We're going to go over the markets first, and the way we do that is we look at the S&P 500, then we look at the XLF, which is the bank basket, then we look at the SMH, which is the semiconductor basket. ETFs, and then we look at the IWM, which is the small caps, to see which direction things are going to be going in. Okay, so we looking over here now at the XLF. Look how we had the higher lows. Now watch the higher lows. We came down, and we have the higher low, and then we bounce back. Now we come back up here. We come back, we hold, we get the M formation, then we fail again, okay? Now we're coming back again, but we're coming back with more volume, okay? And the stochastic is in the sweet spot right there, okay? Now let's see. Now, right in this spot, if you draw a line right here, look at the channel we have a little bit here, okay? So, pointing this way, okay? So let's see if we're going to fail and then come back down, okay? So it looks like the banks here, while they're pulling back, the S&P has the relative strength, okay? SMH, and what's leading the way is this right here, is the semiconductors. Let's get rid of this line right here, okay? So, now, what does that tell us? Because we're reading a storyline here. We're reading a book. We're looking at a map, okay? Let's say we're driving somewhere and we're looking at a map, and that's what we're doing here. Now, look at what's leading the way for the S&P up. Is the semiconductors. Now, look at the semiconductors, and right into that area where the resistance is, the profit taking is coming in a little bit here to 277.22. The high we had hit at the 279.57. Okay, actually today. So now pulling back here at 273.83. So just pulling back here, let's see if we just, pull a little back and then we just get going again, or we just close higher again here today. So that's what's leading the way for the S&P to have the relative strength. Now look at the channel down for the speculators, okay? So the thing that's leading this market is the semiconductors, right? And the big tech and all that. So look at here, okay? Now look at the peaks we have. 1, we have 2, we have 3, and we have 4. So now look at how more of the buying is coming in here. Let's see if we can get this come up, maybe pull a little back down, and then we start heading up. Or what's going to happen here is we're going to watch this. It's going to pop its head up kind of like this and like this it did before. And then, boom, they're going to fake you out and short you down again, okay? So that's what happened in that area. Okay, let's go over it now. Let's go over to the stocks. We'll go over to the All World Microsoft here, and on the All World Microsoft, look where we tagged those highs. Now on the 17th of June, the other day, we hit a high of almost 451. Okay, and then same thing on the 18th. Okay, and then now they're pulling this back. Now look at this locomotive machine. Now when we were doing one of our videos of a week or two ago, whatever it was. Now, remember I told you about these two capitulation candlesticks. Remember I said 90% of the chance right after that, they usually go up after that. And look at that run. Because why? They weren't selling in that spot, okay? They pulled it back, they bought it back. They pulled it back, they bought it back. They wouldn't let it down. Pulled it back a little bit and then bought it back. And then those were higher. Those three right there. 1, watch this, 1, 2, and 3. Those are higher lows, okay, with the capitulation candlestick involved there, okay. Then we come up to the resistance area. We had shaven top right there, and this candlestick right in that spot right there. And then, boom, we bust up and above, okay. We bust, and we close higher than the resistance area, okay. Now we're pulling back again, so we're going to see. Let's go over to the 2-hour chart, as we always do. We want to see what's happening. We're pulling back right now. Now we have, this is just a pullback, okay, for now. We have more sellers than buyers at this moment just for a pullback, okay? This is not a correction or anything like that. This is a pullback. Now we're sitting on the 50-day moving average. We're right near it, so let's see if they're going to hold that area or we're just going to pop back up and then pull back, okay? Let's see what they're going to end up doing in that situation. Now, we go over to Apple, and Apple is another machine. Now on Apple, remember back here, this was on May 3rd, which seems like an eternity away on the chart, but it was like yesterday, okay? So boom, we came back up. Remember what happened? We had the sideways consolidation, then we broke out, okay? Now watch this area right here. We had a huge sideways consolidation there, okay, with higher lows going up. And then, boom, that monster buying right there, okay? Right in that spot right there. Now we're pulling back. We're pulling back here to the 208.68 area, okay? We're pulling back to that spot, and let's see if that's going to hold, okay? Now, we're getting these little pullbacks here, so there's going to be some chances for people to get back in, okay, again, okay? So here we are. Now we're going to be sitting on the moving average. Now, the sellers, when you look at Apple, look at the sellers down on your volume area. Look at the sellers, okay? They're really not that big, the sellers, okay? You had a profit taker right there, okay? There's another sideways move here. So when you get those long sideways moves, which way you're going to bust up, you're going to bust down, okay? Right now, you don't have a lot of sellers, so it looks like just a pullback for now. Okay, so that's what you're always looking for when you're looking at Microsoft on Apple as we get the rest and the pullback. First, probably to the 9-day moving average. Okay, let's go over NVIDIA, the monster. Okay, NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA split, so we're down to 138.04 right now. Okay, so look at this monster that just keeps going and going and going. Now, you keep getting these now when you get the sideways moves, you want to look at right there, sideways and then pop up. Sideways and then it pops up, okay? Now, we stick our head above the 136.80, okay? We're at 137.82, 84 right now, 83. Okay, that's just going to keep moving all day. Actually, we're at 137.97 right now, okay? So it fluctuates during the day, okay? So we're up in that spot, and then we want to look at the 2-hour chart to see what's happening. Riding the rope, look how strong that is. Riding the rope, as I call it, right here. Now, look at this moving average as you get that monster 50-day with that support and that 20-day right there, right below it, right there at that spot. Now, look at that. Look at that spot right there, okay? Now we're holding again. Let's see if we're going to pop back up, and we head up to the 143.07. Okay, so that's what we're going to be waiting for. Now, when we let's look at the 15-minute chart, okay? Let's look at the 15-minute chart, and what do we see? Okay, right there in that spot, right there. Okay, it's holding. It's holding at that 137, 138 area, okay? So right now we got a little bit of a capitulation, so we're holding. Let's see if we come back up to moving average, and if it fails, we'll see. Right now we have a mixed bag of volume on the 15-minute chart. And on the 2-hour chart, we do still have more buyers at this moment than sellers, okay? But that could change because we want to see if we want to get the 2-hour chart to pull back, okay? See how it pulls back? It pulls all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Well, this one was so strong, it couldn't even pull down, okay? It was so strong here, it had to come back up, okay? Or it's so strong and it stops and then starts heading up again here. Okay, so that's what we're going to be. Those are visuals, right? Okay. we always go over the volume analysis too, because we want to see where the trades are. But look at this popping its head above. So NVIDIA is still holding strong right now. Amazon, let's go over to Amazon. A lot of people want to know about Amazon, okay? Now on Amazon, let's go over it really quick here, okay? Now, on Amazon, holding in this area, let's go to a line chart, and we have a right side of a W here, okay, on Amazon as of now. Remember, things could change, but let's see if they're going to buy this, okay, right up, back up, and then try to tag this area on the high, which was on the last high, which was June 12th, and that was at 188.35, okay. So let's see. We're gonna look at that and keep watching that. Okay. Now let's go over to the 2-hour chart, and what do we see? Holding. Okay. We come back with the stochastic, come all the way back, and then we cross up. We cross up, and what do we have? We have a higher low right there. Okay. We push up. We come back. Let's say we push up again, and then we start making our way. Okay. Another way, if you want to go over to the 30-minute chart, okay, and then you can see it sometimes too. See how we're holding the 30-minute chart, and the 30-minute chart just crossed up. Now, there's a little bit of an algorithm when these stochastics as soon as they cross up, they sell into it, okay? Doesn't mean it's going to fail and go that way. It's just that they do sell into it as soon as they cross up. See over here, as it crosses up, boom, they sell into it, okay? It's just the algorithm, okay? So that's the way that works, okay? So, but you can play it off the 30-minute chart also on Amazon, okay? So Amazon, we're looking for a retest up in this 187.58, or we're going to try to take the high at 188.35, okay? Let's go over to GDX, because we're always looking at the gold markets, and we get the pullback, okay? We do get the pullback, and let's see, this is the same situation as IWM, right? Okay, same exact situation with the channel, okay? Now, right now, okay, we got this large volume stick right here. So what happens? Always, it comes to support, it's going to retest that area. It always does, okay? It always goes back to where those high volume sticks are, because that's the highest traded price, okay? Let's go over to the 2-hour chart, because we want to know, and what are they doing today? They're buying. Okay, now on GDX, we came off the floor, as we call it, which is the support area. We get the buy signal on the 2-hour chart right there, okay? Right there, okay? And that was on the pre-market yesterday, right before the market opened. The buy signal comes in. Now, on the pre-market today, they were buying this, okay? And then we open where they're buying it right now, but we're slamming into resistance on the 2-hour chart at 34.49. Now, this could continue to go up, but could also go down and pull back, okay, right at that spot, okay, right there. Okay, and then it could do this. Now, nothing is exact and perfect, but we start getting the crossover. We come back a little bit, a little small amount, and then boom, we come back up. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, now let's go to HD. Home Depot. Now, Home Depot, that's 2-hour chart. Let's go to daily first. Home Depot came a long way. Now, remember what I said down in this area in May and then at the beginning of June. Now, we had the cluster of accumulation. Okay, we were in this area. We had a lot of accumulation here, and then we get the bust out. Now, this is a similar thing like Apple, okay, where we got the bust, the gap up. Okay, and then we pulled a little back, and then they recocked, and they're ready to go. Okay, now we want to see if we're going to get this pull back to support, and then boom, we take off again. So, because look at this W formation here with the engulfing right there, boom, gap up, we take profit, comes back, support, boom. There's the next W. See it right there, boom, boom. Okay, retest W's. Okay. That's what it's all about when we're retesting support areas. Now, you go over the 2-hour chart and you're riding the rope, okay? You ride the rope on Home Depot, and you come back, you come sideways, and you're holding the 20-day moving average. You come back, you hold it, engulfing. So now, if it was going to fail, you would come back to the moving average, and it would start coming back. It would retest the 50-day and then come back down. Okay, but that's not what happens here. As it's riding the rope, which I call it when it rides the rope, that means it's strong and it's powerful. Comes back, they buy it off of the support. Comes back, they buy it off of the support. Comes back. Now, what do you have going on here? Let's stretch her out a little bit, okay? Now, what is this? Right here. What do we have? 2 capitulation candlesticks in a row, okay? We do have a small amount of sellers, but we have much more buyers right now here, okay? So I want to see if we're going to get the sideways move. We're going to wait for the sideways move, and then we're going to wait for the buy signal or the sell signal, okay? That's what we're going to wait for, okay? Let's go over to Caterpillar. Now Caterpillar, always remember how strong Caterpillar is, okay? So when you get the pullbacks, you know they're going to buy it back, okay? So remember when we were pulling back on Caterpillar? And I said that, be careful, Caterpillar, because they're going to cover it. It's so strong, Caterpillar, okay? Now, we held, and then look at all the capitulation candlesticks here, okay? Now, let's go over it. Right here we had one, right here we had one, right here, and then right here. And then the follow through, okay? Okay. So, always remember with Caterpillar when we pull back. When we pull back on Caterpillar, it's like a gift, right? Okay? Because you know they're going to always buy it back at one point because that's how strong it is, okay? So we come here into this spot, and we just, the same thing, riding the rope, very strong here now. Come back with a lot of volume in this spot right here. Look at how they come back with this spot right here, okay? And riding the rope right there, okay? Riding the rope, okay? So we want to see if it's going to go to 332.48, okay? Costco, now, Costco, now on Costco here, look how you're going to pull back. You're going to pull it right back to this area right here. So let's see what Costco, you're far away from the moving average. You popped your head up, but it could keep going, okay? It could keep going. Now look how strong this monster is. This has been a bull ride, not a bull market, but a bull ride for Costco. Now look at Costco taking the profits in this spot. So it's going to pull back in this spot right here. Now with Costco, look at this run. Look at this ride, okay, from when we started with it right here on May 3rd, okay? An incredible strong ride. And that's what you see when you get those little close higher every day, and you stay above the 9-day moving average, and then you just keep staying, okay? You want to, now, let me just get rid of the pivot points here for a second. Now, just watch this for one quick second, okay? You see this, how strong that rope is right there, okay? Look how strong that holds. It just keeps holding and holding and holding. As long as you just stay, you could just play it like this. As long as you stay above the 9-day moving average, don't sell. Just keep staying in, okay, as long as you're in, okay? So that's an old trick, okay, that we want to also go over there, okay? So let's go over to the UUP, which is the US dollar. And on the US dollar, we're all over the place, okay? Here, we're trading within the box, okay? Sorry, right there. Hold on a second, I hit the wrong button. Trading within the box right there. You see it? So we got resistance up here, we got support right here, and we just keep bouncing all over the place, okay? So we're in a sideways move on the US dollar. Let's go into TLT, which is the 20-year Treasury bond, the long buy for the Treasury bond. And you see how it just keeps coming up, and then it makes the higher lows, okay? Higher lows, coming back here, and then we're going to come back. This thing gaps up and gaps down all over the place. Higher high, right there, okay? So that's something that you want to continue to keep watching. The McDonald's. Now, McDonald's, we thought, now this is why you have to be careful, because we thought right here we had a buy signal, And we kind of did for a trade, okay? It came back into the area and it came back up. So it was a good trade because if you actually measure it and you look at when it came back, you get the buy, it comes back, you hold, and let's say you're in this area 268.27, and then your resistance is 276. It was a nice trade. So resistance right there, and then boom, we fail. Now, when we failed, we could have thought we were going to hold that support, but we didn't. We busted below for a short, okay? Now, it's coming back again. Now, always remember, when you're below this 50-day moving average, it's not being supported by the institutional money, okay? So always remember that, not being supported, okay, right now, okay? But you'll get these little bounces, okay? Right now, you're again at a major support area. And then remember, at the 20-day moving average, 256.62, you have a lot of pressure and resistance right there, okay? So this could be a pop for a trade only, because we're still below the moving average. And we'll see. Right now, still on the 2-hour chart, it's not even a buy yet, okay? So that's something that you continue to watch always, okay? Dominion Energy. Dominion Energy is right here, and the energy stock's falling, okay? So look at the energy stocks, how they had an incredible ride, and the money just transfers over from one area to another area in the stock market. It doesn't come out. It just goes from sector to sector to sector, okay? And that's why right now the energy stocks are not being supported, because look at Duke Energy pulling back too, okay? Let's talk about energy. Let's go to OIH, which is the oil sector. Not being supported right now either, okay? We're just getting trades out of this. That's all we're getting. Let's go over to a weekly chart on the OIH, which is the Oil Services ETF. Okay, and right here, we're all the way down. Now, we're getting a discount here. We had the high at 353.25 the week of April 8th, okay? And then now we get the low is at 293.58, okay? So we get this big discount here, okay, so far. And okay, so right now the stochastic's all the way on the bottom on the weekly chart, okay? So at one point this is gonna break, okay, and start heading up again, okay, and for a buy. Okay, 2-hour chart right here in this area. We're just trading, and we have some covering, and we have more covering in this spot than we did the last time, okay? So that's something that you have to look at also. Okay, let's go to PG, Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble is right up into the resistance area, okay? Right there, okay? Coca-Cola is right now at support, okay? It's at support right in that spot, right on the 50-day moving average, okay? So that's something that you're going to have to watch and continue to watch. Now, when you look at Coca-Cola, look at how we're pulling back and we're not being supported on the 2-hour chart. Okay, but we're holding and we're basing right now. But we still have more sellers than buyers at this moment. Okay, but the sellers are diminishing a little bit. Okay, so as you're looking at it, support you want to know for an entry. Hit the wrong button. You want to know for an entry for a trade, possibly back up to the 64 range. Okay, we're gonna continue to watch that. Okay. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, share my channel if you like the content here. I hope this helps everybody. Have a wonderful day. All the graduations for all the kids that are graduating right now. Happy graduation to all. Safe summer for everybody. And we'll see you in a few days.